All right, guys, we are back with another mini mate video, getting some X-Men out. From that Phoenix wave, we had that Cyclops with the jacket on, and I think the number one character that everybody wants that jacket for is Morph. A lot of us have made him. Kit bashed him years ago. I used Dazzler's. Uh, I used her jacket originally from the classic Dazzler. Um, but it didn't have those X insignias on the shoulders. So it's really nice to get that. I really want to make another Wolverine too, with that jacket on. I have plenty of them. Psylocke would be another good one to put in that jacket. But yeah, nice to finally get them out there. And then just getting, I basically Google imaged Morph on Google or whatever, and went through the images and saw a picture of just these three standing together during their raid of the Sentinel factory on Night of the Sentinels, and just figured I'd do a cool picture with them posing. And it just kind of turned into this. Originally it was kind of going to be the same thing with more forest look with a building. And then it just ended up looking so much better with throwing the Sentinel back there and then balancing out the picture with another building. So this is more of a, I don't know, New York City Park or something like that is where they're at. So, yeah, just kind of getting cool pose with all of them and getting that Sentinel in the background. So let's go on to another picture. All right, so our next shot, we're bringing Bishop back. Haven't used him in a long time. He's a really awesome mini mate. He's very rare, but he is just that figure itself is just a clean figure. I really wish I would just redo him and then maybe give us a couple extra heads and a couple extra arms to complete the XSE team that we see, in the Coming of Bishop storyline, because it really wouldn't take much to, get those the characters from the XSEs. I always wanted to buy extra bishops and make them, but like I said, he's such a rare and expensive figure. It just has never been feasible to grab a second and third one of him and then kit bash, the other teammates. We could use Shard too. Like I was really into the X-Men during the 90s. Early to late 90s was kind of my fondest comic book time, I think, because I collected all the X-Men titles on Wolverine, anything I could get my hands on. Back then it was a little bit harder for me to get a hold of it as a kid versus an adult. I grew up in a pretty small town, but anytime I could get, those comics with, Shard was an X-Factor, Bishop was an X-Men, I followed him pretty much from the beginning until probably 10 years ago when I stopped collecting. Just great characters. So we could definitely use some more Bishop, that's for sure. So anyways, just doing a post-apocalyptic, setup. We have a couple buildings just to get some layering in there. And then this one up front to help crop the picture. Just seems too empty on the left when I took the picture and cropped it. And then just trying to center the Nimrod Sentinels so you can see them real good. And then just kind of, having a nice orange background. It kind of always that kind of background always reminds me of post-apocalyptic, as if all the nukes went off and the sky just kind of glows. So other than that, yeah, that's about it for this pick. Let's go on to another one. All right, so our final shot, kind of having a brain fart, and then today we had a conversation in a group chat. Mini mated on Instagram. Give him a follow while I'm mentioning his name, but he is talking about how Jubilee is a ripoff of Boomer, whatever you want to call her. Which, that argument's been around forever. And that's not too far off. It's like they needed two Jubilees for each party or each X-Men team. But, just thinking about that conversation, just kind of in thinking about how people have talked about that forever. That's always been kind of a talking point between X fans. But just the fact that came up, I thought it would be funny to throw together a shot with, and kind of doing a shameless, guest appearance in the background of a bunch of teammates. Notice I do have X-Force mostly facing forward just because we see X-Men so much. I really need to do more with X-Force and X-Factor. But yeah, just kind of peppering them in the back as if they just kind of fought some battle, and then having Jubilee and Boom Boom having a moment. And there's nothing more 90s than putting your hand up and saying talk to the hand because the face ain't listening. But yeah, that's just kind of what this picture's about. I had this setup done. I was going to do X-Men versus X-Factor, 90s X-Factor, and then just could not come up with a shot that was making me happy. I tried to do Havoc and Cyclops, and it just wasn't working for me. But yeah, this is what ended up happening, and I really do like it, so that's a huge plus. But yeah, anyways, that'll do it for this video, guys. Hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you at the next video. Bye now.